1 year ago, two friends became mortal enemies. Mark of the Templin Institute made the absurd claim that Boba Fett would appear in the first season of The Mandalorian. Alex of Star Wars Explained thought that the famed bounty hunter would be absent. A bet was made, and it was decided that the winner would take control of the loser's Twitter account for 24 standard galactic time units. The season ended with neither nerd able to claim victory. Today, on the eve of the second season's premiere, their debate rages on.
All right, well, first of all, thank you for being brave enough to allow me into your den of scum and villainy and allowing me to present my case, and in the process, completely doom yours. Now, the evidence is simple, and I believe that the ladies and gentlemen of this fine jury will agree with me that by the end of my arguments, we will have all come to the conclusion that Boba Fett 100% showed up in The Mandalorian beyond a shadow of a doubt. So, Exhibit A. At the very end of Episode 5, titled The Gunslinger, we see a pair of boots and a rugged cape walk towards the corpse of Fennec Shand, whoever that is. While we don't get a good look at this character, there are two major clues that point to this 100% being Boba Fett, like I said, beyond a shadow of a doubt. Exhibit 1A. There are some, jingling spurs on the boots, which make a very distinctive sound, and that sound has only been heard a few times before throughout the entire history of Star Wars, but in every instance, it accompanied the walking of Boba Fett. Exhibit 1B, or whatever I'm at now. There's a weird bit of radio static right at the start of that scene. And again, this radio static is heard only once before in the special edition of Episode 4 when Boba Fett shows up outside the Millennium Falcon. Now, I know you, Alex. I know what you're going to argue. You're going to say, oh, well, Count Jibjlob Hoopburger, some character nobody's ever heard of, appeared in 7 frames in the background of an episode of the Clone Wars, and he also maybe has the spurs or radio sound or whatever. But riddle me this, Alex. Riddle me this. Why would the ending teaser scene feature a background character like that no one's going to care about? Case closed. There it is. I accept your surrender.
Mark, I welcome you to my channel, as always. I don't know why you have to resort to name-calling immediately, but I have come to expect that from you. Now, you are trying to prove that Boba Fett appeared in Season 1 of The Mandalorian beyond a shadow of a doubt. That's your claim. 100% he was in there. But, in a court of law, it simply falls upon me to provide reasonable doubt for the opposite. I do have to admit, your evidence points towards Boba Fett, but we can't definitively say either way for sure. I can't prove Fett wasn't in Season 1 the same way you can't prove that he was. You are currently making the case that Fett's armor or gear might be appearing, but the last time we saw that armor in any Star Wars content, it was not in Boba Fett's possession. In fact, casting rumors have suggested that Cobb Vanth, the man who actually does have Fett's armor on Tatooine, might be in Season 2 of The Mandalorian wearing the distinctive armor. If that's the case, then Boba Fett never appeared in Season 1, but Cobb Vanth wearing the armor did. Yes, you guessed correctly. I put forth that we might be seeing a very minor character appear in place of maybe the most famous character to ever wear the Mandalorian armor. But both the final scene of Episode 5, as well as the reveal of Cobb Vanth in place of Boba Fett, could all serve to tease Boba Fett, just not in Season 1, as you so boldly claimed.
Alright, first of all, you slime. I'm not even sure that I called you any names, but if I did, you deserved it.
You just called me another name 2 seconds ago.
I have no memory of this. But anyhow, I seem to recall a tweet put out by you saying, and I quote, "For some reason, @Templin EDU thinks he can predict Star Wars better than I can. Soon his failure will be complete." That is not a positive attitude, sir, and you have soured this entire proceeding.
Well, I'm looking at a tweet from the Templin Institute on the exact same date that says, "The fool Star Wars Explained has dared bet against you. The countdown to my defeat has begun. You started this. You started the hostilities."
Okay, I think this needs to be an issues-focused campaign, and your attempts to slander me are just completely transparent. So let's start with your quote-unquote arguments. The idea that somehow someone can possibly just swap clothing or armor with another person, how would that even work? The clothes wouldn't fit.
You mean like Han Solo and Luke Skywalker wearing stormtrooper armor.
I'm not familiar with those characters. It sounds
I,
made
I
up.
would like to even direct more attention to these tweets in which you received 248 likes compared to my 1,000 likes. I think even the people have spoken on this matter nearly a year ago, and they side with me.
Oh, I didn't know that justice was decided by the popular vote. You have disgraced yourself, you have disgraced Star Wars, you've disgraced the color yellow, which I notice shows up a lot in your branding, which I find suspicious. I don't find any of the arguments to hold any weight whatsoever. This is absolutely ridiculous. I refuse to be a part of it.
I think everything you say is ridiculous. I just like you're attacking the color yellow now?
Yeah.
Just stop your incoherent babbling and noise making. I think
that's what my channel is built on.
I think what we need right now is a third party to come in and make this declaration. Which of us is correct?
Okay, I am forced to admit you might be right there, but do we know anyone even remotely qualified to handle a case with such far-reaching legal consequences?
Hey guys, Eckhart Slaughter here with another Star Wars legal case to dispose of today. First of all, this is a very complicated scenario. I am deeply aware of the precedent that we will be setting here. With that said, I am inclined to say that the show, after reading both of your submissions, at least heavily implies Boba Fett to still be alive, but we failed to pass the threshold of reasonable doubt. I therefore turn to the jurisprudence and rule in accordance with the terms you both agreed to. This bet is a tie. Thankfully, we can turn to the very famous 1979 case, Wilford v. Brimley, which says that in the event of a tie, the Twitter account shall be cut in two, and each man shall receive half. Both the Templin Institute and Star Wars Explained will control each other's Twitter account for 12 hours on November 1st, 2020. May God have mercy on your souls.
Well, I have to say I'm annoyed that this ended in a tie and not in Mark's crushing defeat, but I respect your judgment, Ek. And I have to say, it's good to have closure. Now we can just sit back with no bets, no stakes, and I can just enjoy Season 2, watching The Mandalorian taking Baby Yoda back to his home world.
Yeah, I guess I'm forced to agree here. I think that arbitration was a good thing. And, you know, it was a silly bet, something you don't need to get hung up on. But, sorry, no, he's taken Baby Yoda to the Jedi, not to his home planet.
No, like, he clearly says in Season 1 that he's trying to take Baby Yoda back to his race.
Yeah, which he thinks is the Jedi. So he's going to the Jedi. It's very clear if you watch the scene.
Mark, how dare you do this again?
No, okay, it's thematically relevant. The Mandalorian was taken in by this group of people who aren't a people, but like a creed, and he's going to take him back. It makes perfect sense. You don't know what you're talking about.
Your face is thematically relevant. I don't want to hear this anymore from you.
No, why are you doing this? It is so... Are you just trying to, like, get a rise out of me? Is that what this is?
I would never get a rise out of you.